Midwest in the building.
All my rights are reserved. Oh yeah, and I know my rights.
Midwest in the building.
All my rights are reserved. Oh yeah, and I know my rights.
What it do? What it do? What it do? What it do? Midwest in the building. What's the word? What's the word? What's the word? Oh, mamas. Oh, mamas. What it do? Oh, shit. What it do? What it do? Grand Rise.
Peace, Grand Rising, everyone. Peace. Grand Rising. Peace to the gods. Peace to the goddesses. Grand Rising. Bring the energy in.
Oh, mama.
You want to deplete it, but bring it in, replace it. Good morning, ship. What's good? What's good, everybody? What's good?
Spill them beans. Showtime. Otis Who. Ron T. Jocelyn. Cliff. Jay Holloway. Frequency Hacker. Spill them beans. What you doing up this early? Brian B. Alpha. What it do? El Bruno. Dirty Woods. Peter. Chief Matt. Paso. Anupo Ali. Adija. JFJ58. Joyce P. Charles. Madam G. The Good Life. What it do? What it do? What it do?
They all here.
Yeah, at work serving time for a crime I didn't commit.
He be cracking me up, boy.
Yeah, Cliff always be cracking me up. Oh, Bubba.
I see the usual suspects in the building. Yes, sir.
Usual
Usual suspects are in the building. Yes. I know they getting something done. The usual suspects, they here.
The usual. Y'all, that was in that call last night. That was one of the best calls I've been in a long time. That call was awesome. The energy was high. Everybody got their questions answered. Man, it was good. What up, Unc O? What up, Madam G?
Hey, Madam G, how are you? Spill the beans, most definitely. Yes, the usual suspects be in the building. Yes. Picasso, most definitely. Chief Mac, oh yeah. Dirty Woods, of course. Come on now. Yeah, Bruno. Yeah, the usual suspects. Brian B. Yeah, everybody here.
That's how we know when somebody new come in, because we know the usual suspects.
Right. Jay Holloway, come on now. All the usual suspects. Ron T. Showtime. Oh yeah. We know the usual suspects. Y'all better be getting some shit done. K. Johnson, how can we forget? Come on, K. Oh yeah. We getting things done around here.
Yeah. And today we doing a video call, and I'm gonna tell you what she want, because I know everybody, they want to get in those calls and get their questions answered. But this is what we doing today. Okay. Hold on 1 second, right here. Okay, she said she's working on some stuff and some other stuff today, and only people who need their earnest money in today. Only the people that need their earnest money in today. Them the people we dealing with. The people that's getting that earnest money in today. So, with that being said, you know who you are. If you one of the ones about the earnest money, make sure you email Alexandra and put earnest money in the subject. Thank you. Thank you. They caught the guy that broke out of jail 2 weeks. He been out lamping, chilling, doing whatever the fuck he want to do. They just caught him. Joe Biden finna get impeached. Just asked under investigation. We already knew this shit. This raining and shit supposed to be about what? 65 degrees a day. That's cold compared to the normal weather this time of the year. 65 degrees, that's cold as a motherfucker to me. Mama. Them my updates. Y'all got updates? Anybody else got an update? Oh shit, I thought that was the link. They can watch that video. Shit, hell yeah. Hey, I could post that video. They can watch that video. That was the most happiest video I ever seen motherfuckers in last night. Like I had that video. I don't sell them. I give them to the people. Somebody thought they got over. They go a link, y'all. Y'all want to come up? I don't care. They can watch that video. I don't give a fuck. They need to watch videos like that one. Like last night, that motherfucker was full of energy. Maybe people will stop recording. And now this is the other announcement. The next time somebody come in and record, their donation is null and void, and they out of there, straight out the gate. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts, or none of that. Straight out the gate. Kick from the 50-yard line on mamas. Straight out the gate. Because you see, I just came and dropped some shit right there. I'm sending something registered mail, trying something new today. Absolutely, it was like a miracle was happening right before our eyes. Navy Federal Ally are good base to open trust. Yes, it was. It was real nice last night. I must say, everybody got to say something like 2 or 3 times because we was able to go from one person to the next person, the next person, the next person, the next person, and then ask questions, and then people was like, "Oh, okay, I got another question," and they was able to double back because we was moving and taking care of everybody so freaking quick. That was cool, and I sat there the whole call. Yeah. So you come in there recording, you will be kicked out, blocked, banned, and you will lose your donation. So that's that on that part. We move away from that. Oh, mamas. Great vibes. Loyalty and betrayal. Absolutely a new quote. That's what they do. That's what they do. For no reason. When I give out the video, see, I just dropped the link accidentally and gave it to everybody. I knew something was going on because it was like 64 motherfuckers in here. It dropped down to 42. They got what they wanted. They out of here. See? But it's all good because it's nothing but love. All they gonna hear is motherfuckers is just getting it. Motherfuckers getting it. Motherfuckers doing what they gotta do. People getting their deals closed. People moving on. You don't need to know who moved on. You just need to worry about yourself. You see, today is earnest money for the next people. Earnest money day for the next people. He said, find out my fee waiver for my name change was only good for 30 days. Remember these the clerks who told me I could do it and had to see the judge one-on-one, fill out another e-file way. He said the banker man could not catch the gingerbread man. Mamas.
Yeah, that video you dropped accidentally in the chat. Yeah, it's definitely going to motivate some people. It's nothing
They
but
need that, bro. They need that.
but nothing but motivation. If that don't get you guys motivation going, I don't know what is. And the video, honestly, for real, is not gonna do you any good if you don't get it between the ears, regardless. So
It's really
don't
just, man, it's nice. It's nice. My palms won't stop itching. You know, in our neck of the woods, they say it's some fiat coming or something. When them palms start itching, you got something good on the way. A blessing coming my way. Put it like that. A blessing coming my way. Having yeah, blessing coming my way. I dropped a link. Ain't nobody came up with Dirty Woods, but it said device not connected. Nobody ain't got nothing to say. Oh, yeah, just picked me in.
Yeah, you know what's up. Coming. I'm just over here reading this. Like I told you, I'm reading this top secret banker's manual.
Yeah, I got that. Yep.
Heck yeah, you know I'll be on it.
I got some shit for, like, you know, people still trying to clean up their credit and shit. I got the top secret credit for dummies.
Oh snap!
I gotta go
I
through
know
my
that's got
email.
some gems in it.
Man, that shit got some UCC codes in the nigga y'all probably ain't never saw before. Oh my.
Yeah, there's a lot in this one that I didn't even know. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. So the information that is out here is like bonkers, and it doesn't make any sense. But
Yep,
man,
it's
like,
big ball. Yeah. And I like them to record it, and I like them to go out, and you know, because it always comes back like, oh, such and such a man, when such and such a sold me this. Just like I knew Eric Jenkins Bay was selling the styles correction because people come back. You see what I'm saying? Always gonna come back. So if you're still doing that, I'm gonna just give you this video to watch. You just watch that video from last night, then, and then you go from there like that until you get everything situated, and then boom. What up, the office? I asked first. Jeremy drunk. If I needed to see the judge again, she was pissed, said no. Just fill it out online like you did last time. They remember me, but everything I'm doing is there stuff. Name change day Friday. All right, Jay Holloway on Mamas. You out there moving, boy. You ain't bullshitting. Excuse my French. If you underage and you watching with moms and them, because we get happy over here. He said, laugh my ass off, Granny Grumps. Yeah, they be mad. They be mad. Be looking at you crazy and stuff. Because you trying to free yourself from the system and get out of that bullshit that she stuck in. That's why she grump. Grump because she stuck in that shit. Taking oaths. Into the rabbit hole and run deep from the private sector. Yeah, run deep. Rabbit hole run deep. But the beneficiary hole don't run that deep. Because if people was being truthful with the information, then it wouldn't even be no rabbit hole. These are the birth certificate for your freeway. When I did mine, they sent me a letter back, paid in full faith and credit. Oh, that's why you got the full faith and credit, because you can go in there like, hey, I'm gonna take that bitch to the motherfucking grocery store. Fuck it, I got full faith and credit. I need to get all these groceries. Think of my unlimited credit. See what you say? Full faith and credit. Boom. Thank you. Have a nice day. Go to the dealership with my authenticated birth certificate. Hey, I need to get this vehicle. I got full faith and credit. Okay. If it was just that easy. Absolutely. You know, we all adults and we all know what we're doing in this and we all know our motives. So once one does something that's out of line, out of character, then he gotta be accountable for his own action. You know, you can't keep showing people gratitude and gratitude and gratitude, and they steady trying to mess over you, mess over you, and mess over you. It don't work like that. Sometimes you just gotta put people, you gotta just put them in their place and cut them off. You just gotta cut people off, straight up. You just gotta cut people off. It's like a gang of green. What's up, Nina?
Hello?
What's up? What's up?
Oh, Lord. Is this up? Hello?
Yes. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, I'm sorry, that's me. My bad. Grand Rising, everybody.
All right.
Um, Midwest, can I okay, if I don't have Cash App anymore, what's another way that I can send the 500?
Venmo. I gotta go to the bank because my Zelle not working for some reason. I think when I had that Zelle app, and then now I'm using Zelle through my bank, it's like mixing up, bumping heads. So I gotta go to the bank and figure that shit out. But PayPal, Venmo.
Um, your PayPal, can you text me your PayPal information so I can get it to you?
Absolutely. Text me right now, and then I can text you back.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm finna go dark anyway. But what I'm working on, these deals I'm working on, I'm not just buying no house. I'm working on deals and taking care of humanitarian projects. I'm finna go dark anyway because I'm gonna be dealing with hundreds of millions of dollars, and I'm not gonna be around playing with people and putting myself in situations. So I have to go dark because there's a lot of things that I know and I see that I'm really gonna have to do because when people get those little credits or whatever they get, they're not gonna do what they say they're gonna do. You can tell right now people can't even stop recording in the fucking room what we trying to help people at. So if they can't listen and stop there, you think they're gonna? Hell no! Come on, man. So we got to make sure that everything that we said that needs to get done. So yeah, I will be going dark soon. Mamas.
The eclipse is coming.
Oh yeah. You knew it was coming. Oh.
Man, I'm halfway in the dark. You shit. You all right.
Yeah, I already told him. Day, what it do? Authentication changed the game. Look at the statues on the left bottom corner, and you will be amazed at what you find out. My standing level understanding is my authentication, and you work with me privately. I can work with a few people privately. Yes, I can. Few. You're right. You have no income. You have unlimited credit. Absolutely. It said, yes, sir. This is amazing. Yes, I'm so grateful. I can't say thank you enough. We are going to do what we promised, just like you have done what you promised. on mamas, it's all good. Like I said, all I can do is keep my word and do what I gotta do. The dark winter is coming. Yes, it is a dark winter, and that's what they're trying to do to us, man. Freeze us out. That's why I'm telling y'all, y'all better get ready. Straight out.
I'm gonna drop this. It's not really a jewel or a gem, but it just goes to show you that I'm thinking. Well, I ain't no thinking to it. There are things changing. Things are taking place rapidly, as we already know. My small testimony or example, not testimony, my small example of that would be I just literally got off the phone about 30 minutes ago with the Maryland UCC. True story, full transparency. I've been doing what I've been doing, getting it between the ears and whatnot, as we all should. And I filed UCC 1s and 3s, well, mainly 1s on the Maryland UCC. And with that being said, of course, there's sensitive information that's being uploaded and whatnot. And usually it gets approved or whatnot right away. But for some reason, and I actually called them, they're saying they're behind right now because they're getting a lot of processes coming through for us UCCs, and it's taking 3 to 5 days to verify. They use the word verify, but it takes them 3 to 5 days to whatever word they use to cover up the sensitive information and things like that they do with the UCC 1s and 3s. So that's letting me know right there that they're getting a flex of paperwork coming in, because I guess people are starting to realize what's going on in some form of fashion. That's what I'm anticipating, because usually I would think it wouldn't be that much of a backlog by just filing UCC 1s and 3s. But they literally told me, because I'm waiting on my confirmation. I got my printout. I see it. I got my file number and all that. But the average Joe can't go and do a public search and print it out as of yet, because it clearly states they're still checking the sensitive information so they can redact it. If you are familiar with the UCC, you know what I'm talking about. When you put in certain information up in the UCC, they're going to redact particular numbers and things like that. That's not for the public, so it does take a little time. Normally, it just takes 1 day for them to put that up, but for some reason, they're backlogged. So that's giving me a sign that something is going on. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. But if you've been doing your due diligence and you're getting it between the ears and you're making phone calls because you're trying to get things done, you would have known that already. Now, be real and be honest. You don't have to lie to me. I could care less. How many of you have known that within the last couple of days, if you've been getting things done and getting stuff done and doing your research? If you have been doing that and picking up the phone and not being scared with the bubble guts in your stomach like we all get, and look past that and pick up the phone and make phone calls, you would know exactly what's going on. You don't have to sit here and second guess and speculate and assume. You would know with a certainty because you picked up the phone, you made phone calls. Now I'm up here educating people because I'm doing my due diligence and doing my research. I'm putting my butt, I'm going out there. I'm jumping off the porch. I'm doing what I'm doing. And you're getting the information because I'm choosing to give it to you. Who picked up the phone and did them themselves and know and found out exactly what I did instead of hearing it from a third party like myself? Who's done that? Or you just going to sit here and just take my word for it and run with it like most people do? Get off the porch, do what you got to do. Do what you got to do.
I don't understand what you're trying to make.
That's true, Lisa. That's why you have to make sure you're doing what you're doing is correct. And is correct. And you know exactly what you're doing. But you are right. When too many people start doing the same thing, yes, a red flag will be thrown up, but they can't shut it down if it's being done accurately and correct. All your T's are crossed, all your I's are dotted. Yeah, Tracy, they're pushing back everywhere. You have to know how to push back as well. Your paperwork should be doing the pushback. You shouldn't have to be doing that much talking. If your paperwork is done accurately and placed in the right places and things like that, your paperwork is doing most of the talking. Only thing you should say is the bare minimum, just to get them to realize and recognize what you have submitted as far as your paperwork is concerned. Your paperwork should be doing all the talking. If you're doing more talking than your paperwork, you wrong. You should not be doing that much talking. That paperwork should be doing all your talk. You should be looking at their face. If their eyes are dilated, if their mouth is somewhat open and their head tilted to the left or the right, because they understand what they're looking at. You should not be talking that much. That paperwork should be doing all that talk if you've done it correctly. And if you filed it and placed it in the right locations and you gave notice, actual and or constructive, your paperwork should be doing most of that talking.
Hey, family.
Hey.
Hey.
Hello.
Peace and greetings to all the guys and goddesses. I was just calling, getting up here to say we made it. Things are good in Midwest. So many blessings gonna flow upon you. You ain't gonna be able to stand it because you made a way for us all. And also, I wanted to just come to my family and ask them to send some energy to me today because I'm ready to go shut this case down and start my life. And I appreciate the energy. And I know I missed the class last night, but something was going on with my right eye. I guess I've been under so much stress. My right eye just kind of like went out on me. And I'm a little better today. So I'm going to go take care of my business. But I'm just asking the family to send some positive energy towards me because I'm getting ready to go end this battle so I can start my new life.
Don't matter. Not you, Madam G, talking to somebody else.
So I'm just thankful.
Absolutely. You sending that energy your way, sister.
Yes,
Most
ma'am.
We definitely are. We're sending the energy your way. We really are. You are definitely in our prayers. You're going to be victorious. You're going to be fine.
Absolutely. It's already done.
Already done. And I know the ancestors are there too. I just know that if I got a positive, like-minded people around me that sending me that energy, I'll be just as fine.
Yeah, get it out. That's what I do. I follow the people I need to get my jitters out, and I go handle my business. Mamas, get them out.
Yep.
Like when I used to go in the courtroom, my nerves used to go crazy. Like I'd be in that mother like, ugh.
Because it's a negative energy that's there. The energy.
Right, so my nerves and my stomach be going crazy.
Yeah.
I be like, what the fuck? Now I go in there, I have my arms up, chest out. Have my George Jefferson walk on. You hear me? Oh, mamas, I be in there like, yeah, I'm in the building. Goddamn it, me and Wes in the building.
That's that Aquarius energy, boy.
Oh, mama.
The George Jefferson.
Yeah, you know, get George Jefferson walk, you know. All right, oh, mama.
I heard that before. That's why it was making me laugh so much because
yeah. Shit.
Yeah.
When they see you, they gonna feel an aura coming off of you. Shit, oh mamas. Like she mean business. She not walking with her head down, shoulders slumped. She upright. She ready. She ready. Oh mamas.
I love it. Well, thank y'all. I appreciate it. Oh, I missed the meeting because I was asleep. I couldn't see. So I'll get a recording so I can feel what y'all feeling right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta be confident.
Okay.
They smell it on you.
All right. I'm gonna yield.
It's all good. Mamas. You said meditate, Jeremiah 30:17. I don't know what it say. 30:17. I know it all comes back to one. Mama. They cast and spell in our mind, body, and spirit. It said, I find that when you speak, and when you say move. Oh yeah, they ain't got no choice but to move. No choice but to move. Peace. I finally caught a lot. It's been a while. I'm still excited and thankful, even though I have fallen behind. It's all good. We right here, still getting people together. We got some clothes. We got some earnest money situations today for some houses in the class today. So we gonna be doing that today in the class. Getting this live out the way. Been live up here. I'm finna ready to get off here. I gotta take care of something. Yeah.
Things are definitely moving.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff moving, a lot of stuff working.
To this guy before, so I'm gonna react to him.
So
Do your thing, frequency hackers. Do your thing. I saw pictures of that property manifested. It's already done. Do your thing. You good. Again, it's some beautiful things going on. Some beautiful things going on. It's everybody's own testimony and private things, but it is going down, and it is beautiful. It is beautiful, and I'm telling you, I'm happy for those who are getting their successes, who are having their successes by going out, getting the purchase orders and or the contracts for these properties and or land, whatever you are doing, you put it in the footwork and you coming back to the table and you're getting things done. You're getting it done. You know it's working. You see it. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. Your happiness is motivating me. I'm telling you. I got my own stuff going on. I'm getting on top of it. When that's done, hopefully by the end of this week, by putting my paperwork, what I need to do, I'm starting on my other situations. But I got it between the ears. Got to deal with one thing at a time. You can't overwhelm yourself. But the successes are there. It is here. It ain't coming. It's already here. Oh, when I tell you it's here, you better get on top of it. You better join this revolution. I don't know what you're waiting on. I'm not telling you to rush. No need to rush. It's there. If you got it, you got it. Don't rush. But you better get on board. You better come on. Get it done. Don't sit there and keep waiting for this, waiting for that. You better get up, get out, and do something. Let me go and finish this quote. You can't spend all your time trying to get high. Okay. I'll stop.
That daggone Cliff, he said, man, listen, I got to sell hella ass for estate process. Can I start with the flip method? Then do ups? I had to get that 20-pack blue chew to pull that 1,500 off right now. He's sick. That Cliff is sick.
Cliff crazy.
Yeah, Cliff is off the chain. I think that's intended for MW.
Cliff, I just have a question for you, Cliff. I'm just asking a question. What do you have for us? Do you have a voucher and or a accuser? I'm just asking a simple question. If you have one of those two things, most of your battle is over. You're just missing a few other things. I'm not going to step on nobody's toes. I'm going to let you take care of that and let the people you need to talk to you. But if you have at least one of those things, half the battle at least is done. At least you know you're definitely on the right track.
Absolutely.
Okay, you got the CUSIP. Okay. You're definitely on the right track. And listen, I ain't trying to be funny. Oh, I'm sorry, MW. With that link he dropped by accident / on purpose, however you want to look at it, or maybe it was a God divine that he dropped that beautiful situation from yesterday. I'm telling you, if again, it's the truth. Don't get upset with me. For those who are ready, that link was dropped, ordained. It was divine for those who are ready for it. A lot of you guys are going to click on it and you're still not going to understand what's going on, unfortunately. But somebody will. Somebody just missing a step or two. Then you got to get your little donation together if you have it, and then go ahead and complete the process. And or if you got it between the ears enough, do what you got to do. It's up to you. But he dropped that information. That's just another on top of the information, that video in the Telegram group that you all was privy to. You put those two things together. I don't know what else you need. That's the only thing you need to be studying. That's the only thing you need to be studying to get your life in order. And I'm telling you from my own words. I don't care what other so-called groups you in, because I know people are still in their own groups. Come on now, I get it. Been there, done that. You're going back and forth to getting information. You're trying to help your own group, which is fine because their group is your so-called tribe. I get it. Been there, done that. I get it. But that information that you got with them two pieces putting together, that should be enough to take care of yourself. It really should. And what you are lacking, get your donation up to get that pothole filled. But those two pieces of audio / visual, whatever, that's more than enough to get your thoughts together. And they are not teaching this in any educational platform, nowhere. So you need to realize what you have. But unfortunately, a lot of you won't realize it. But for those that do, a small percentage, because it's a numbers game, I'm going to keep saying it. It's a numbers game. Only 2 to 5% get it. If you get it, you gone. You gone. And it's just that simple. If you don't get it now, again, don't be upset. You're just not ready yet. And your time will come. Some of you are meant to have gray hairs on your face before you get it, i.e. me. Some of you meant to be fresh with that young blood. It happens. You got to know when that man is talking to you, that spirit is talking to you, let you know when it's time for you to get your dream in your life manifested. You need to know that. But the information is here. I don't know what else to tell you. The information is here. You better get on top of it. No spoon-fed, no spoon-fed babies here. We teach you how to pick up that spoon and get your food yourself.
Hey, Otis.
Yes, sir.
Tracy was saying that they had their paperwork done by MW and the county has refused to file it on the land. We won't allow this to stop us. Our paperwork is 100. So what they will have, since the county won't file it, they can do a UCC towards the county, right? Put the codes, the USC codes, a letter to the county, because that's a refusal. That they ain't supposed to be able to refuse to put your filing on the land.
No, but honestly, I wouldn't even overthink it. I mean, a lot of people have circumvented that situation, and it's real easy to do. There's a lot of ways to go around that. One, of course, would be to go file it in the Maryland UCC, which everybody talked about. That's fine. And or just go to another town or a county. There's people, again, it's common sense to me. There are people in this chat like me. My phone hasn't rang. I don't have a problem filing my status corrections in my county. I let that be known. I live in St. Louis. I didn't get an email saying, hey, can I send my status correction to you and put it on the county record there?
Oh,
we all been saying that. This is not the first
that's
time
a
people been
gem.
saying Midwest been saying. I mean, we all people. I'm not trying to be funny. People just not use. I'm almost say not using common sense, but on the record is on the record. So if you know somebody and you cool with them, and we all supposed to be family, get in touch with somebody. Hey, I have no problem with getting the file here in Missouri. I stated that since I've been on here. My phone has not rang. So there's ways to get around it.
There's a
And
gem.
again, you know, yeah, I mean, but come on now. There's ways to get around that type of stuff. Some counties are being gatekeepers. We already know that. So go to another county and file it.
Yeah, you can file it in Lake County, Illinois, online.
Right. You know, yeah. People need to start thinking outside the box and use their surroundings, just ask people around them.
Because they're
on
not
the
thinking.
record is on the record.
They overthinking instead of thinking.
Yep. Also, too, if you do have a ticket case, or if you have any, again, Midwest says this already. I'm just regurgitating what I've already heard. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm making this up. I'm telling you, I'm repeating stuff that I've already heard, and a lot of it is common sense. Send it to the next county that somebody that you know will accept it with no problem. You can send it to I forgot what's that town in Georgia. What's it called? Loreno or something like that. You can put it on the record there. I mean, people have been knowing this stuff for a while. Send it to another county. And people on here. Or just lately, where we just learned, everybody knew all this. Go just put it on the do a UCC. File it in the UCC. But if you have a traffic case open, a court case open of any magnitude, go place the status correction in that particular case. It's on the record at that time. It's there. So there's a lot of the small gems that been dropped on this platform for the last however long he been offering the status correction. At least 2 years. At least. He's been saying that over and over.
Hey, somebody said I just left court and I hit him with I need a forensic audit. I need the financial statement of the GSA buzz, the bid buzz, and the performance buzz.
Hey, they owned it. They are on
Jericho. I don't care if you put his email in there for the QC. I don't care. I wouldn't do it right here though. I would privately do it. Privately, like send it to his email address.
Title 18 USC 1501, file on demand.
He said, and that OID they filed too. What they say when you told them that? Bob, he said he went in and hit it with the forensic audit. Oh, Bob.
Oh, he ain't playing.
Yeah. Hold on, y'all. I gotta run outside for 1 second.
And let me tell you some other things from past experience. Each county is different, even though they're supposed to be the same. Each courthouse is different, even though it's supposed to be the same. Judges will play games with you. That's why you have to know the court's procedures and the etiquette. When people say place the stuff in the case, they're not telling you the whole full story, because most likely they don't know what to do. All they say is place it in the case. You have to do more than just go to the county clerk or the court clerk at that building and say, hey, I want to put this in this particular case. Here's the case number. That might work. Yes, it might. But 9 times out of 10, it would not. And I'm going to tell you why. When you put stuff in the case and it's not entered as evidence, the judge can easily say he don't see it. Period. Point blank in that order.com. And I've done it, and I've experienced that several times. Several times. This is not a one-time situation, a fluke. but several times in front of several judges. I've placed several documents within the case by going inside the courthouse, going up to the window, giving it to the court clerk, giving them my court case number, and telling them to place these documents within the case. Sometimes it show up in the case as listed as whatever, and sometimes it don't. But the point is, the judge, he ignores it. He or she ignores it. The key is, in which people are afraid to do because they don't want to go in front of the judge, you have to get it into case as evidence. That's the key. Evidence. You got to go in front of the judge and let them know, I would like to enter this in as evidence. If you're just going in and putting it in the case, 9 times out of 10, they're going to ignore it. Period. I only had one judge out of 6 to 8, one judge that acknowledged what I sent them, and I sent it to them via fax. They acknowledged it as a motion, even though it was entitled a motion. That judge acknowledged it as a motion, and that's the only case that I had in my life that was dismissed. Felt great. The rest of the judges ignored every damn thing I put in the case. Everything. And then I got educated. I got it between the ears. Oh, it has to be entered as evidence. I saw Perry Mason. I saw all the court movies. I saw all the damn Law and Orders. Your Honor, may I approach the bench? I'd like to enter this into evidence.
Yeah, that exhibit shit, they throw that shit right in the garbage.
That's what you have to do, people. You have to get in front of the judge. Don't be scared with yes, you're gonna have the bubble guts. Yes, your hands gonna be sweaty and all that. All that. But the exterior is gonna be strong. You're going to have that look on your face because you know that you got to say, hey, Your Honor, may I approach the bench? I'd like to have this entered as evidence. Say it. You got to go up there. Have it in your hand. I'd like to have this as evidence. And have your copies ready for the judge and the prosecutor. If you don't do that, you're wrong. And you might be taken into custody for the assurity of what they claim that they're trying to charge the all caps with. Now I'm trying to tell you from experience.
Yeah, some people just on here just talking. They don't know shit. They just
and that's why I respect when, again, Yusuf El said, I don't respect nobody if you ain't been in front of the judge. I get what he's saying. At first I didn't understand. I didn't agree with it, but now I get it. Bubble guts and all. In certain situations, you got to go in front of that dude in that gray and let them know who you are. With that paperwork in your hand, saying the right things. You got to. Just putting it in the case is not going to work. It has to be in as evidence. You got to say, hey, may I approach the bench? I'd like to submit this in as evidence and give it to and give it to him or her. And then give it to the prosecutor and see what happens. Have your words together. Have your words together. Which you really shouldn't say much because that paperwork should do all of it. That's all I'm gonna say on that.
Yeah, you can do it right online, man. Upload the documents right online, bro. File. People just don't be thinking, man. He said, Otis, you are absolutely correct. Exhibits are a waste of time. File affidavits as evidence. Start looking at rules of evidence. Ain't that's what I said, Otis?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, you was like, damn, I didn't know that meant. Well, I said that's why they was that's why they was
messing with me.
Looking at that shit.
Yeah, they just looking at it. It could be in their hand. I've seen it in their hand. They ignoring it. They're ignoring it because you didn't say the right thing. You didn't follow the quote unquote court procedures because they're looking at you as dead.
Mm-hmm.
You got to go in there. Hey, hold on. What
I ain't received no more child support vouchers or nothing. When I put my shit on, that's evidence.
It got to be evidence. That's the key.
At first, they was harassing me, but I had it as exhibits trying to put it on. They wouldn't let me put it on. None of that shit. I put that shit on as evidence, like my mentor told me to. The motherfucker took that shit this next day.
Yeah.
Put that shit in there, and it took like, I got coupons. one time after I submitted that, and then after that I didn't get no more coupon because when I submitted as evidence, the clerk of that court was on vacation, so technically it was just sitting on her desk. So they did mail out that batch of coupons. But from that last coupon mail out, I haven't received anything in about 7 to 8 months.
Jerica Glasper, I'm gonna let you know right now. Again, I could just only tell you my experience. I'm gonna wish you well, but I'm gonna tell you my experience. This is for Jerica Glasper.
1 second.
If
But
you
if
don't,
you say you the executor of the estate, had that estate EIN that shows you the executor of that estate. That's a nugget for your ass.
Yes, it is.
Have that motherfucking EIN, that estate EIN, because when you do that thing on that thing, it prints out, it say behind your name, it say EX, meaning executor. Man, I better stop playing.
Hey, but getting back real quick, hey Jerica, that damn special appearance, I don't know how you doing it. I'm not gonna say it don't work, but that shit don't work. I don't know how you gonna plan on doing
Your special appearance is never going across the threshold of the court. It's never boarding the ship.
Right.
Your special appearance is, if your court date is at 8:30, you there at 8 o'clock at the clerk's office submitting your evidence into that case. That's your appearance. That's your special appearance.
Say that one more time, Midwest. I don't think they got it. Say that one more time.
Your special appearance is when you take your docs, your evidence, and submit them to the clerk the morning of the court case. That's your special appearance. You don't have to go in the courtroom. Once you submit your documents as evidence to the clerk for that case, you can go home because you just made your appearance.
Because once you walk into that courtroom, what that tell them?
That you a dead motherfucker and they can't hear you and they can't see you and you guilty.
And no matter what you say, they're gonna say
Hello.
come forward and you done. Period. No matter what you say.
You guilty. That's all.
Now for the record, based on what MW said, full transparency, I did everything Midwest said except for, because I got to be 100% transparent, and it makes sense. And it's not the first time I heard this. I did my special appearance the day before, did all that, put in the case, rolled it out, did all that. But where I messed up at, like MW said, and it makes sense, I still showed up in the court itself because I thought I had to say that in front of the dude in the robe. Nah, you already did it when you did what you did with the court clerk. But me doing too much, showed up on top of that, talking that talk, which means I'm dead in his eye. I'm showing up, shouldn't even had to. So what he's saying, I agree with 100%. Because I'm living proof that I've done the special appearance several times in front of everybody. Had everybody turning around, looking at me. The inmates that come in for the court, sitting in there with their little orange jumpsuits. I'm thinking I'm putting on the show. I'm standing on my square. I'm a fool. I was a fool.
When you walked in, you committed a felony.
Yeah.
When you walked in, you committed a felony. As soon as you walk through them doors, you commit a felony.
Period. And I thought I knew what
I
was doing.
That's why they can hold your ass in contempt and do all that other shit to you.
There you go.
On mama.
Yep.
So your appearance would be there. And if you telling them you the executive, make sure you got that EIN in there as evidence that shows who you are. Because somebody just sent me something and said, I have mine, and right behind her name, it got EX, executive. So meaning I'm here to administrate the estate. And you ain't there, but you just put them on notice of who you are. So guess what? They can't do shit.
They can't do nothing.
They can't move forward with none of this shit because it's gonna be all fraud, bro.
Yep, because you cannot.
What happened to that case? Before they show the fraud, they gonna dismiss that shit.
But what happens though to make that all go back in their favor? I've used myself as an example. I show up thinking I'm doing something.
Yep. Trying to
And
prove
it
a
fucks
point
it,
to
yep,
show
and
them
it
that you
fucks
know
it all
something
up.
that they
Yeah,
like, this nigga don't know nothing, because if he would have knew something, he would have made a special appearance, left that shit with the clerk, and we'd have been on our
They
motherfucking
still would have put on. They still would have put on their show. Well, nobody knew the wiser because they would have put on their show, and we sitting at home in our domicile.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, and a lot of people get things twisted because when you do go in and they ask you about your name and all that, people say, "Oh, I'm here on special appearance." Well, if you file your paperwork, that should never been said.
Yeah.
True
Because
that.
you
And I
already
like
know.
you said that. And I'm a living witness. I showed me that corny motherfucker.
And
Yeah,
for
I'm
the
here on
record,
special appearance. So be
for
it.
the record, you know, when you submit it with the clerk, on the record, for the record, because you know it's a record right in front of you. So you got
Yep.
on the record, you see what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
You
Yeah.
take care of all your business right there on the record with the clerk. And she submitted. Only way she got that is you was there.
Yep. And the clerk is the overseer. The clerk is the one that's bigger than the judge.
Yes,
Absolutely.
and that is so true. Yes, the clerk runs that. Yes.
Absolutely. So that's why you want to make your special appearance with the clerk, not the court. And that's
The
what
clerk is
everybody
nothing
fail to
but there.
realize. They think they got to make a special appearance with the court. No, you make it with the clerk. Submit your evidence.
That's why it's called clerk of court.
Yeah. And you submit your evidence to the clerk for the record. For this case, as evidence. And now on the record, it's evidence that got to be read in that court. And when they read that shit in that court, it's gonna shut it down.
You remember that I watched a video where that woman judge was saying, "Well, if I don't have jurisdiction over you, I wouldn't even show up in court at all." And I said, "Man, she just dropped a gem that young lady didn't even catch."
Right. Scam the gods. That is true. I've been through that as well. Wow. The municipal court is not a court of record.
It's not. Yeah, that's not a
It is
special
not.
court.
It is not a court of record.
No.
You have to request that they send it up to a court of record. And I did it. Actually, you don't have to request if they don't like what you, because I filed several documents on several municipal courts. That was one of the ones that got dismissed, and they don't like that. They get nervous. So what they'll do it for you. So when you do go to court, you ask them, and I'm a living witness, and I said it, is this a court of record? She said no. So I'm not gonna lie, I got stuck. I got flustered a little bit. So she helped me out because she didn't want me in her court anyway. She said, this is not a court of record, so I guess you want me to send this up to a court of record? I said, yes, Your Honor, I do, since this is not a court of record. And guess what she did? She moved it up to the next court up, which she did. Now, what they did, eventually, they kicked it back based on my paperwork that I was filing up there too. They kicked it back down to the municipal court. And I'm not even worrying about that. I'm gonna take care of them later. That's so easy to take care of based on my knowledge right now. But they play games. But my point is, I'm glad you brought that up, Skim the God. The municipal court is not a court of record. They just start playing games. They full of shit.
And not only that, when you asked, was it on record? She didn't have any choice but to kick it up.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, she had to. And for them to kick it back down because of your paperwork, that already knows they scared already.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you why they kicked it down. I can tell you the day they did it because it was funny to me. I was in court. They called my name. I always do what I do. So then they gave me a continuance based on the stuff I be doing, and the way I signed it, I always signed it. UCC 1-308 without recourse. The typical. Now, the prosecuting attorney, he saw it, and he said out loud, not loud, but he said it enough to where the judge heard him. He said, "Okay, this how you sign your name?" I said, "Yes, it is. I always sound like that." And he showed it to the judge. And I promise you, I can't make this up. They looked at each other. That's all it took. The next thing I know, a few days later, they kicked it back down to the municipal.
Yeah, they don't want that headache.
You
They
see what
don't
I'm
want
saying?
that.
So they do stuff like that. They get it out their jury. It's like a hot potato. People don't want to deal with it. So they keep getting rid of it until you close it all the way down.
That's
You
right.
have to know how to close it all the way down. They're not going to tell you. You're
No.
just going to notice that they just keep moving you around until you messed up and commit to something like probation or some stupid shit like that when you
Yeah.
already won the case.
Yeah, that's that mind game. They try to
Exactly.
wear you down until you don't have, you feel like you just want it over with, not knowing you can request for them to go ahead and finish it out.
Absolutely.
Right. Knowing your remedy when you see it.
Mm-hmm.
That's where that
No
comes in. I
part.
didn't know my remedy when I didn't know how to close it down. And that's the
Yeah.
real.
That
I
part.
don't know how to close it all the way down. Again, I'm sitting on court cases that have properties locked up in there. That course the case been done according to the show. Again, according to the show, the case been done. But you go look up the case, it still says what? Not disposed.
Yep.
That's because again, I didn't complete the process. They completed their side,
Yep.
but they waiting on me to complete my side. They can't go, they can't do nothing else.
They
Their
can't
act
do
is
nothing.
done. It's up
Yep.
to me to complete the books and close it. But they
Yep.
can't do nothing else. They made their final move. They made their last chess move. They cannot do nothing. They done.
And you got a certain amount of time to close it.
Right. Before they, right. Because after a certain length of time, it's acquiescence.
There you go.
Trust me. I know. I get it.
What they say, not saying anything is admitting.
Exactly. But with this knowledge that we just acquired over the last 2-3 weeks, 2 months with this, come on now. I'm already working on it.
You know how to close it. You know how to close it.
So I ain't worried about it.
Yeah,
I ain't worried. Again, I already told you, I can go back to that house right now with no problem. With no problem. I know that for a fact. Just not going back because the wife don't want it. We looking for a ranch. Stop. Everything on the main floor. We don't want no more stairs. That's the only reason I ain't going back. But
you
the
can
house
always
is already done. It's
turn to Airbnb.
Exactly. They can't do nothing. They can't do nothing. It's done. They know they can't. I ride by there on the regular. Police can't do nothing to me. I just smile. I just don't want to go in there. But that's the trust shit.
Yeah.
Good. And that's a beautiful feeling. Y'all don't understand. It's a beautiful feeling. They can't do anything. That's why I got to go dark, because I'm talking too much now.
And the crazy part about it is, if they try to do anything, that means they will have to bring the trust up to court, and they don't want to do that.
They don't want to do that.
They don't want to do that.
Especially what we just learned over the past few weeks.
Yeah, they don't want to do that. Yeah, they don't want to do that. They have to admit to all kind of stuff on record. They don't want to do that.
All that. Yeah. So that's not, hey Charles. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I be saying when I don't be meaning to step on nobody's toes. But to understand what I'm talking about and what Dirty Wood is chiming in at MW, you got to already been out in the field. You got to already have put that paperwork in and had your head busted a few times. You got to be able to stand in front of the judge and hear the judge talk that mess, and you talk your mess, and you know you got the judge because they turn it red, but you ain't got them enough because they got that last word because you ain't got it all the way yet. But you stood there. You stood there. You don't know how it feels to stand in front of a judge and you got the bubble guts, but you standing literally on your square, that foot heel to heel at that 45-degree angle, and you know what you're doing because of my past experience. I ain't finna get into it, and I'm looking at them and I'm saying what I'm saying. And I got everybody staring, looking like, who is this person? Who is this noble? Who is he? What is he saying? The judge raising his voice, her raising her voice, I'm raising mine back. Who you talking to? I'm not saying it, but my tone's saying that. You raise yours, I'm gonna raise mine. Because I know who I am. Yeah, you still beat me, bust me over the head, but no, you did not deter me. No. I was saying what I was saying. I had it in writing in my hand shaking like hell, but I'm saying it, standing on my square. Said enough to get things going, but again, not enough to shut it down like I was expecting. The point is, I got the experience to go in front of that so-called actor and do what I needed to do to let them know I am not afraid of you and make statements and comments. You're
Yep.
not prepared, and no, and be prepared, because they're gonna come back with some slick shit. Be
Oh
prepared.
yeah.
Be prepared. I made a comment and I wasn't ready for the answer. I ain't gonna lie. I said, I'm here to look at them bonds that old boy just said in the chat. Oh, I made that statement. So did. Guess what the judge said? Guess what the judge said to me? And I ain't had no response. That's why I shut the hell up. He said, what bonds you talking about? I'm gonna say it again. He said, what bonds are you talking about? Now I'm being real. Anybody in the chat, just ask yourself this question. What is your response to that?
Bid
You got to
bonds,
be ready for
performance
that.
bonds.
I mean, but go deep.
Or you flip it. You flip it. You ask him, what are the bonds? I'm asking you, Judge, what are the bonds?
Right, because the king asked questions. Right. You see what I'm saying? But hindsight is 20/20, ain't it?
Yes, sir.
But you got to know that before you even go in. I know what
Yes,
to say
sir.
now.
Yes,
I know what to
sir.
say now. That's why jumping off the porch sometimes ain't a good idea. But I give
Yes,
you the
sir.
credit for jumping off the porch. You feel me? I give you
Yes,
credit
sir.
for it, but sometimes you jumping off too prematurely.
But that was a good question. I mean, when you
Yes.
told him you was there for the bonds, and he said, "Well, what bonds are you talking about? Well, what bonds? You tell me what bonds."
Right.
And now you got him in a corner.
Right. And also too, how many times you got to ask that question, knowing that you're asking it? 3
Three.
times.
That's right.
Knowing what you're asking though. And
That's
I'm telling
right.
you
You
right
got to
now,
know.
full transparency, I did not ask 3 times because 1, he threw me off, which they supposed to. That's what they trained to do.
Yes, sir.
And 2, I did not stand on my square. So that defeat was my fault. Nobody else's. That was mine. I was not equipped.
But you spoke, but that defeat wasn't a defeat because you learned.
Yes, for conversational purposes, yes. For conversational purposes, never a defeat. It's always a learning situation. So I know what to do next time. And I get stronger and stronger every time I go before a court of judge. So you're right. It's never a negative thing. You just get stronger and stronger. Of course you do.
Mm-hmm.
But at that time, you're like, damn, I just got my head busted. But
You got to know, you win with paperwork, and then you when you go up in court, you just performing an act.
Exactly.
So it might look like you lost in front of the peers that's out there taking record, but in the back behind closed doors, the paperwork saying you won.
Exactly. Perfect example. I got hella examples of that. Perfect. And I like the way you said it. And that's what people need to understand what's going on. And I couldn't even say it any better than that. The appearance of what the public will see is a defeat.
Mm-hmm.
But behind the scenes, you know what's going on. I just gave you examples of my situation. I just gave you examples of my situation. You pull up my name right now, it looks like a defeat to the untrained eye.
Mm-hmm.
But to the trained eye, how can a case be over when it says not disposed?
Facts.
How can his property, and if this case was over, the so-called property that y'all so-called took from me will be on the market right now as available?
Well, it'll be controlled by the bank.
All that. But guess what it says? And it's been saying for over 3 years, unavailable. And for those of you who know about real estate and been looking for houses and things like that, if the house is not available, it will say unavailable. If it's available, foreclosed or whatever, it will say foreclosed. It'll say available. It'll say all that.
Or condemned.
Or all that. It says unavailable, which means it's owned. It's done.
It's tied up. That's what it means.
Tied up. Yes.
It's tied up.
It's tied up.
Check your email.
Okay. It's tied up. So that's what's going on. To the untrained eye, nah. Oh, he got his house foreclosed. No. To the trained eye, come on now. Y'all tripping. That's what's going on. Know your remedy when you see it. That's it.
I want to make a comment on what you said, Otis, about the municipal court. They don't have any jurisdiction. So the kangaroo court from the state transfers them to that city court so they could just move you on out your spot. But what I've learned is you could do a removal and remove it all the way back to the feds and make them come there to answer some questions.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm doing right now. And I have so much ammunition, there's no way they can come back with anything. And when back when I was battling this, You know how they try to put your stuff up for sale in Zillow. I wrote a letter to Zillow to cease and desist, and they stopped, you know, because they're using my priority property, putting it on this public web. So they took it off. But I have not only the QSIP, I have the forensic audit, um,
Oh, I remember your case.
and the land patent.
I remember your case. You was working backwards. What, ain't that right?
Sort of, kind of, because I was gathering all of my information.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
to make
I
sure
remember.
that when I hit them, I put the nail in the coffin and it's done.
Yeah, yeah. I remember talking to you about it. Okay.
Yeah. So I got all of that. And right now, with this DBA and this fee schedule, if you can walk past that, let's have to talk about business.
That's right.
Ain't nothing else to talk about.
Yeah, because you always have to know that you have the standing.
Right.
You
And
you
in
you have
the
the standing.
report, that was the killing part. In the report, it told them that they had no standing. There's no way you could take a property and put it into a trust after 10 years.
That's
It's a
right.
time period, 30, 90 days or something. You have to have that property in the
Bam.
trust. You don't have it in there, it's no good. It's no good. And they told them that. They still walk past that. They still walk past that as though I was trying to do some good rich scheme or something, you know. And I'm like, oh,
Mhm.
that's what y'all think? Oh, okay. So they'll continue. And when we were talking about the back door, when Midwest was talking about closing those back doors, it's important to close those back doors because they're vultures. They're vampires to suck every kind of blood that you have. So if you don't close those back doors, they'll try to come in later. But what I
Well, you.
found is having that DBA with a fee schedule. That
Mm-hmm.
means that if you want to come across this name or come across this property, it's a fee. Like they say, it's a choosing fee for choosing me.
Yep.
So that's where I'm at right now. But I understand when he talk about them, and that's municipality, because they're just a city court. And I had an instance where I went back in there. This was my last house, and I put in there that I claimed the land and everything, and she sealed the case so that nobody else would be able to see it, and they couldn't do anything unless they motioned it up. But of
Mm-hmm.
course, as you learn, later, I could have did what I'm doing now then, but we all have grace, and we will get back all that we have lost. So I'm not even tripping on that part. I'm not
And
even
then
tripping on the
some.
fact that they made $14 billion on this case, and they're trying to
Yep.
charge me for under $100,000.
That's why they leave it open.
No, they call themselves disposing it because, first of all, the
But
judgment order that they put on it was phony, and that's what I went to the court for first, because
oh,
the stamp that they put on there, the clerk been retired for 2 years. The new
ooh,
clerk is already in, and then you put a phony
yeah,
stamp on a judgment. That means your
yeah.
judge needs to get off the bench, and everybody else,
That's everybody.
everybody.
That's everybody. That's a done deal. That's a wrap.
Exactly. So that was the phony part. And when I brought it to court, this is the thing too, what I've also learned, that the U.S. district is for them. That's their
Of
buddies.
course. Yeah.
But I put on there the federal district of the United States, because anytime you put of in front of anything, is without.
It's without. Yeah.
So it's a difference.
A big one.
Yeah, so that's the way, you have to do your pleadings, because what you put on that paper is actually what it is. Just like you say, your special appearance have to reflect what your status is, and so on and so forth on that paperwork. So
Yes,
if you
sir.
go in
Yes,
there
ma'am.
to they tribunals and put what they tell you to put on there, then
You
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 under
you
there.
trapping yourself,
Yes.
because that means you're incompetent. You didn't do your own studies.
Yeah.
So yeah, you on point. God Almighty. Yeah, with this. Oh, they done messed up. That's big time. Do they have record who stamped it? You got it on record, right?
In that U.S. Yeah, what on record? Because my phone rang. I didn't hear you.
The stamp. Who did the stamp?
Oh yeah. And it's I got a certified copy of it.
Oh
So
man.
so when they got ready, when I took it down there to a guy that I knew, And I was like, man, how they doing this? And I'm thinking, you know, he working with the people. He's like, oh, they need to change that. They said you can come upstairs right now. What the fuck would I go upstairs for right now to have them change it when they know they did some
They know they did
bogus
wrong. Yeah,
fraud? Right. Why would I go change it?
yeah. They did something wrong. That wasn't. Oh man, that's.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh
So
man, and
everybody,
you got that in the evidence too.
yes.
Oh man, somebody getting fired. somebody,
Hey.
somebody getting fired.
And they don't want, I don't think they want to just let me go on about my business and leave them alone, because if I put in what all I need, because like I said, the last time I went for 26 million per person, because
Oh yeah, you
the fee
remember you dropped my
schedule,
jaw on that one.
yeah. And they like, what? You know, but I'm finna go and put it back in for removal. And if y'all can answer these and pay these fees, then we could talk. Otherwise, go on about your business.
Mm-hmm. Cause you taking that straight to the top. They done.
Yeah, I'm going to the feds.
Yeah, they done. They done. That this right, this just that by itself, they done. Because they didn't have no standing at all. None.
No, and that's what the report says. The report says there should never been a foreclosure. If there is one, they never had any standing. There's no way they have violated their own New York estate and trust law by
Yep.
saying that they have control over this property when they didn't put it in for 10 months. Was it 10 years later? Not 10 months. She said 10 years later. You can't do that.
Yeah, you can't do that. They yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they in trouble.
Oh yeah.
And then you can ask for if any banks that was over it, you can ask for their bookkeepings. So what you if you ask for their bookkeepings, that right there is gonna help you too.
Right, because the artists say they made 3 billion. They made 3 billion off the mortgage and 14 billion off the case. So that's
But
18 all day.
and the thing about it is, who manufactured who manufactured the action? Who manufactured the loan? You created it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how can you create something and it belongs to you and you giving it back to who? You giving it back to who?
Right. What it is an inheritance property that was already
Yeah,
transferred before death. So
before
they
death, I
know.
remember.
Yeah, they know that.
Yeah, so yeah, you ask for their bank record, their books. That's gonna help you.
Yeah.
God,
That's if they can answer the removal.
yeah, that's only because that. Yeah, they done. They done. That's scary right there. They done.
So, and I got a certified copy of the DBA and a and the fee schedule that goes with it. And it's 250. Yeah, so hey, let's do the job. Y'all want to talk business? Let's talk business. Ain't personal no more.
And this is all for learning purposes only. For anyone that are listening.
For sure. You heard us.
Almost.
Yeah, Madam G, you said some things. Like I said, we have some very intelligent, smart
Battle
individuals.
G is on point.
You're on point. Everything you said, of course, I have my DBA for my home state I'm in now, Missouri, and of course Minnesota. I've been did that. Yeah, so a lot of things that I have fee schedules. Have fee schedules for all my entities, for us, aka trust. Every last single one of them, 401cs and my living revocable trust. I mean, all of them have fee schedules. They all been recorded. They all been given actual and constructive notices, things like that. Yeah, so everything you're saying, these are all standard basic things that we all should have in place in some form of fashion. In some form of fashion. So when she bring up situations, or when I bring up a situation, or if Dirty Wood or whoever else bring up a situation that we can relate to, and someone says, hey, wow, well, one of my remedies was I did this, I did that, and I applied that with this, and I submitted it. Okay, well, 9 times out of 10, if you got that work put in, you got that experience, whatever they said that they did, you already got over half of the stuff already done. If you've been around long enough, or you have some resemblance of what they're talking about, and you can go back in your database, your hard drive, and say, okay, that sounds familiar. Someone said that a couple of months ago or 2 years ago. Now it's coming back up. This the piece they was missing. Let me put that together with that. And all right, I've been had my registry, I've been had my name, I've been had my business set up for us, my own name and all that. I've been did that. So that part has already been done, quote unquote, marinating for the last year, 2, 3, 4, 5, however long you did it. My estate been set up since 2018. So it's stuff that's been done and been put in place that I didn't know what I was doing, why I was doing it. But now in 2023, I understand why I've done it. And it's been marinating, sitting there. So when they look at it, oh, this sucker been going on since 2018. He been new. No, I knew something, but I didn't know enough to get it all the way. But that 5 years of waiting, now I'm ready.
Yep.
Now I'm ready. He been had his businesses set up, doing business as far as his fictitious name, doing business as in Missouri, and he did it in Minnesota, registering it in Minnesota and running a small ad in Missouri, like you have to do if you follow the proper rules of Minnesota by getting your business, getting your name registered in Minnesota. Real simple stuff, simple things. And you put in my name right now, Otis Draper III. Google it. Google it right now, Otis Draper III, and see what come up. Minnesota business and Missouri business. It comes up. It ain't no secret. It's all this is public record. Everything. I've been doing this, but you got to lock it down. Not that I was doing it correctly. I just knew I was doing something along the lines. I know I was headed in the right direction. And as I get more educated, get more things between the ears, now I know, oh, I've been did that. Let me go add that file to this, go do an updated UCC or whatever I'm doing. Let me go get this other entity of notice of what I've already done with this new information. Things just keep coming and working together. You're always learning. You're always putting things together. You're always recapping. Always. It doesn't just start today. You're always going back to your recall file. And remembering that BS you did that was full of BS. No, don't do that no more. Matter of fact, delete that file. I don't think that person even around no more. Delete that. You got to know what to delete. You got to know what to keep. You got to know where to put a question mark by something. And you got to study.
And you got to take your time.
Yes.
And Madam G found where they messed up at.
Mm-hmm.
And that was that right there is key. Is when you go back through your paperwork and you look and you actually is acknowledging, okay, this is what I've done, okay, this is what they're doing, okay, let me see if they correct on some of this stuff. Oh no, that ain't right. Oh no, this ain't right. Oh no, this ain't right. Hold up. Okay, this ain't right, this ain't right. Okay, now I got an issue with this. Because now they just built a whole case on nothing.
Exactly. But the killing part is that when I took it to the feds twice, the first time I think I put my authenticated birth certificate in there to pay for the the case, and before I can get anything on paper, they had already sent it back, but they never gave me notice of it. Still to today, they still never gave me notice of it. So that's what I know that they playing around. They were playing around with me. So my thing is, now I'm gonna put my certification of publication on the record. You can walk past that in that fee schedule, then we can have something to talk about. You got to pay me, as they say, it's a choosing fee for choosing me.
Hey, real quick, who just Googled my name and saw what popped up? I know somebody did.
Because when the property is in your trust, they can't make you sign it out.
Right, they can't.
They can't make you sign it out. You have to forfeit it.
That's what they call themselves trying to do. But like I said, the forensic audit tells everything. Everything. So I had that. And then there's a special investigator. So if they feel that I'm on some BS, I'm going to have the special investigator come in as my witness. Yeah. If need be. But I don't think they're going to even want to go past this removal. They want to go past this removal, then I got a whole arsenal of stuff for them.
Like I said, always protect yourself. best way you know how. Just keep yourself protected at all times.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Paul, thank you for that document. I appreciate that, Paul. Just the one to let you know that I got it. I appreciate that.
Yeah, but that fee schedule is all right. I got a couple of them. I got one that's been on the record since 2011, and they start at $2 million for every court official. And then if you don't get it right, it's another $250,000 per day until you get it right. And I find that, you know, we could do all types of processes and so on and so forth, but when you hit them in the pocket, they stand at attention. Because otherwise, you just flowing paper back and forth. You know, y'all having a intercourse of some kind, but it ain't the right one.
And you also know that every official is insured, right?
Oh yeah, I told.
Okay, wait. Hold on. I just dropped this. Yeah, yeah. We ain't gonna go no further.
I got it. You know, I got it for sure.
Yeah, this is too many. Yeah,
Insurance. Yeah, I ain't gonna go there, but yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they insured, or supposedly supposed to be insured, should I say?
They definitely. It's a definite. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. You got okay. What people got insurance for? To file claims. All right, I'm done.
Otis, come on, man.
See, hey, listen, man. That's why I say, dog, I'm going dark. I can't keep doing this, bro.
Learning purposes only. Learning purposes only.
I'm going dark. Cause listen, I got to press hands and see face to face, eye to eye. Cause certain stuff just can't be. Listen, I'm going dark. Yeah, all right. You had to trust me. Come on, now.
But I'm definitely proud of you, Madam G. You out here putting in work. Oh, this is you going dark? Oh,
yeah, man. I'm already got 1 foot in, 1 foot out. It's hard to stay out here like this. You know what I'm saying? I love talking, running my mouth, as you can see, but man, you got to be careful, bro. Folks don't have good intentions, man.
Yeah, you ain't know.
Have good intentions, whether they're doing it on purpose or what, but the end result is still the end result. The intentions are not great. That's why, like I said, I try to just deal with people face to face, so I can it's easier to deal with. But this online stuff, like I say what I say, but I try to be careful. But sometimes I can't help myself. I be talking, but we all know what happens. People take that information, and whether they trying to be nosy and trying to get their stuff together themselves, but then they inadvertently step on your foot or your situation to mess you up to get to what they're trying to get done, or they just really trying to just mess up your situation, period. Either or, it's done. The damage is done, no matter how they went about it. So I've tried my best to be very cautious of what I say and how I move, because I don't want it to interfere with my remedy that I'm trying to get for myself and my family. That's why I want to get mine done first. Then I don't mind talking and helping people. But at the same time, it has to be done in a certain way. Because I know people need this information, but how it's being disseminated and how it's being cast out is a big, important situation that we have to take account of. You can't just be spewing out information because people want to hear it. You got to do it in a certain way. At least that's just my thought process on it.
Yeah, because I know Madam G was about to say something, but I know it would be good, but she got to stay protected.
Yeah, you do, man. You do.
She got to stay protected. She's one of the gems. She's one of the gems. She got to stay protected.
Especially if we don't have our remedy completed ourselves. And
Yeah.
that's another thing I keep telling people. It's all about self-preservation. There's nothing wrong with self-preservation. You can't help anyone if you haven't helped yourself. That's just common
Yeah.
sense. So we get so excited, we get some news, we get a potential of a remedy, and before we even implement it and knock the dust webs, the cobwebs off, or just get a full understanding ourselves, we want to go run and tell our friend and go tell the groups and all that, and you haven't even done it yourself. You haven't
Mm-hmm.
even done it yourself. And it's not going to
Mm-hmm.
get easy because just because they told you something, you're going to run into an issue and you have to know how to overcome it. Not that you won't, but I know you are. So why even go out and talk about it? And right now I'm talking to myself. You just happen to be listening because I'm
Oh
guilty of
yeah, and I don't mind
guilty
listening.
of that. I'm guilty of that. Going out, running my mouth too soon, and I haven't even put in the work yet. But I'm so excited. I just got to talk and tell somebody. But I'm inadvertently telling the wrong person, or they're going to run out and do it and don't have it all the way between the ears because you know they don't. You just talking because you're just excited, and they're going to go out and do something, and the door is closed. And not even
Mm-hmm.
that, you're just talking and you're not putting in the information. You're not putting in the work. You're just talking because you're excited. How many people we know like that? They know a whole lot, but ain't did shit.
Ain't
They
did
know a
nothing.
whole lot, but ain't did shit.
Ain't even stumped a toe.
Right. I did
I
a
got
whole lot, and I still don't know a whole lot, but at least I'm doing. And when I'm telling you I'm doing this because of the experience that I've been through. So that's why I'm able to just regurgitate it and tell you like it just happened like right now, because I've been through it. And I can tell you
Mm-hmm.
what worked and what didn't work. And it's up to you to decipher, to put in the part that didn't work. So it can't work for
Mm-hmm.
you. That's up to you. But I'm telling you what happened in my experience. I'm telling you what the judge did. I'm telling you what I put in the case. I'm telling you that I didn't use the word evidence. I'm telling you what I did not do. I'm telling you what I did. So it's up
And
to you to fulfill what I didn't fulfill. You got the information, but you
and
do it. Don't rush out and try to tell somebody before you did it first.
and the key of it is I mean, if you can help it, the key is not to have to stand in front of the judge.
Mm-hmm.
That's the new key, is not having to stand in front of the judge. But now it's gonna be certain cases you ain't gonna have no choice. But
Right.
a lot of cases you don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
that's the
agree.
key. And that's the where, like you say, you have to study. And a lot of people don't want to study. And it's because of so much. And in which, you're not gonna learn none of this overnight, but you can learn enough to help protect yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and shelter yourself until you get the information that will secure you indefinitely. So, that's why I say it pays to read. That's the reason why all this knowledge is written in books and on papers, because they thinking we're not going to go back and read it.
Mm-hmm.
So you're right. You're definitely right. And you have to, even for you to experience it, talking about it is one thing. Experience is a whole new different ball game.
Right. Exactly.
Especially when the judge don't like you, like coming at you with hostile intent.
Right.
Like, how dare you walk in here? Who are you? And they let it
Right.
be known they don't like you.
Or
That,
in my case, for the most part, I get the opposite. I get the I'm gonna kill you with kindness, but the eyes say different.
yeah, it
They,
says it all.
you know exactly what I'm talking about. They talk to
Yeah,
you nice, they calm, they all that. You say
yeah,
one thing to piss them off, they'll raise their voice a little bit, but then you look at them, you kill them with kindness, but their eyes saying the whole, they telling you everything you need to know. They do
yeah.
not like you. They want
They
you
don't
out their
like you.
courtroom. They don't come on now. They eyes tell it all. They hardly want to look at you. They only look at you when they want to look at you they only look at you when they look at you with disdain after you
Yep,
made a statement. Other than that, their head is down. When I'm
yep.
telling you, what I'm talking about, I've been in front of a lot of judges. They
Mm-hmm.
don't. I only had one or two that really showed their disdain with their voice, with their temperament, and I had to match it because I match it.
Mm-hmm.
You raise your voice, I'm gonna raise mine. I ain't gonna start it, but I'm gonna finish it. Don't raise your voice at me, then I won't raise mine.
Hey, I went into court and there was a woman judge, and she said, Are you a lawyer?" I said, "Ma'am, I don't go by those terms." She said, "Well, what do you mean?"
Uh-huh.
You know, and she got mad, you know, and I said, this is nothing personal. This is business. And she's
Right.
like, she said, what? I said, this is what it relates to, right? So I asked the question, and she got heated. And
Mhm.
yeah, when you start doing things like that, and you know, you scared, because you uncomfortable. I ain't gonna say you
You're
scared.
nervous. Yeah, you're nervous. You're
You
not uncomfortable. Yeah, you're not
uncomfortable.
scared. Yeah, exactly.
You
Exactly.
uncomfortable because it's you never been in that kind of environment,
Exactly.
because you literally is considered the enemy.
Yep. Yep.
So you know. So I
Yeah, but yeah.
definitely know what you're talking about.
And hit them with stuff like, but you got to know what you're saying and be ready for that comeback. But you make a comment something like, Your Honor, are you under the impression that I'm dead? Say stuff like that. But knowing what you're doing, I wouldn't recommend that unless you know what you're doing and got that
Yeah.
paperwork in order. But don't go on there saying that your paperwork not in order. I'm just saying, once you know you got something going on and you got that paperwork in order, you make comments like that because you know what you mean by what you just said.
Mm-hmm.
Are you under the presumption that I'm dead, Your Honor? You got to say stuff like that and see what they say and be ready for the comeback. Have that paperwork in your hand and all that, because they're going to come back with something smart. But you shouldn't really have to say nothing. Your paperwork should do it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, when you going in as a living being, and they're talking to you under commerce, so they're stating you as a business. So if you're going in and you're talking to, like, so if I'm the living person, the judge would literally have to make me say that I'm a commerce. So that's when you have to rebut the judge and say, well, I'm here under living matter.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about this corporation. I don't know anything about the corporation. We don't speak the same language. I don't know what you're talking about. So if you don't know, you just don't know.
Exactly.
How can they charge you with something if you don't know? It's really simple. I don't know nothing about the corporation. I'm only dealing with the living inside the living. I don't know nothing else. What can they say?
Yeah, nothing.
What
Especially if
can
you
they
have your
say?
hand. Yeah, nothing. Especially have your stuff in order. Because what you said, everything that you said is valid and true and common sense. But without that paperwork in place, and people be like, well, what's the paperwork you talking about?
Oh,
It could
you
be whatever
always
you
got to
want it
put
to be.
them on notice. You got to
Always.
do the
Yep.
notice.
You got to do your proper, you got to set your stuff up.
You
Then you can
notice
go
in
over there
that
and talk
fee.
all that talk. Yep.
You notice and the fee.
Yeah. Most definitely.
Because you
Yeah.
want that you want that check now
And while you're in
for
front of
your
them,
time.
again, yep. And while you're in front of them, since you're going to be there anyway, have that paperwork together and say that comment. Like I said, may I approach the bench? I'll have to like to place this into evidence. I have copies ready for the judge and the prosecuting attorney. Whatever you say that you're not, have it ready. You already got it filed in the case itself. You still did it. You gave it to the county clerk. You did all that. I mean, not the county clerk, the court clerk. You did all that. But you still
Mm-hmm.
have it in your hand, and you say, I would like to enter this as evidence. Well, what is it? It's whatever you have in there. It's up to you. I don't know. This is for educational entertainment purposes only. I don't know. It could be your UCC. It could be your status correction. It could be an affidavit. It could be whatever. I don't know. You
You
put
must
it together.
you
But
must
whatever you do, you enter it as evidence in person in front of the judge. So
hey
they can
oh
stick it in their hand. Yes, sir.
you must reimburse me for my living time because I can't get it back.
Mm. Say it again. Somebody can write that down so they can add that to their spiel. Yeah, okay. See, I get it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. See, I get everything you just said. But like you said, you got to be prepared before you cross that threshold. Saying all that and you ain't prepared don't mean nothing. I'm living proof of it.
They gonna hold you in contempt.
All that. or just ignore you and keep on going.
They gonna hold you in contempt.
But if you have that paperwork in order and you got it in your hand and you say whatever you're supposed to say, especially if you've been reading and studying the videos and shit for free, and your shit is in order, you already know who you are. You can use whatever term you want. One of the terms might be, I don't know, grantee beneficiary. I don't know, huh? Really? Okay. If your paperwork in order, you could go in saying that for real and see what happens. Okay, but you got to understand it. You got to understand what you're doing. It ain't hard. I promise it ain't hard.
You must understand it all.
Got to. Come on now. Key word of the day is evidence. Ain't just placing shit in the record and all that. Nah, the key word for the day is evidence. And don't be afraid of that man or woman in that damn robe. The key word of the day is evidence. You got everything you need for your evidence. If you got the status correction, whatever you got, I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff out there. UCCs, the liens on the estate, whatever you got to show that you ain't dead, that you a live person. My fault. You are a live human.
Hey,
you are alive.
How do you build a good case? What do you have to ask for?
Discovery.
Ooh, there you go. Because they must have to present what they have against you, right?
Right.
That is lovely.
Yeah.
A lot of people forget that, That's why I always say it. I say it all the time.
Man, there's more than one way to skin a cat. Once you understand the basics, your head just explode because you're like, well, damn, I can attack it from several ways. I realize.
All right.
And that's the beautiful part about it. Once you understand what's going on, you're like, damn, I can hit this so many ways. And that's the confusing part because you understand. You're like, well, damn, which way do I want to hit him? I can go here or I can do this, or I can just do both of them. Just what they call burning both ends of the candle. I'm going to burn both ends of the motherfuckers. You done. I'm going to burn the front and I'm going to burn the back. And I'm going to meet you right here. You lousy bastard.
Live.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
It's all good, y'all. I'm going off on y'all. Mom, it's almost been 2 hours. We got to jump off here. I know y'all geek. They got y'all going at me over here writing down shit.
Shit, MW, they have my brain over here going in, man. I've been quiet, just listening like, goddamn.
Come on, Ship, take us to the crib. I don't know, shit. Yeah.
Look, peace and bliss to everybody. Otis, D, yes, MW, Ship, Cliff, everybody in the chat.
Yes.
Ship about to steer the rudder and get us landed on this land.
The word of the day, according to O, is evidence.
I was just talking, man. If you don't have no evidence, you ain't getting that. Ain't your word of the day.
Your evidence is your receipts. They better have that.
Great conversation though, man. Great. Hey, it's all good. You know the play. It's almost 11 o'clock my time here. I got stuff to do. I don't just talk. I got stuff to do. I got to get this going. So I know we all do.
It's 11:42 here.
Shit, I'm trying to get this contract for this house. I'm trying to, man, look at here. I got stuff to do.
We got that to do.
Yeah. Yes.
So with that being said, peace and love, y'all. We'll talk to y'all soon.
All right. Peace. Thank you, MW. Thank you, Otis. Yeah. Thank you, Money Boy. Thank you, Shep.
Thanks, everybody.
Appreciate y'all.
Yes, Dirty Wolf. Great conversation. Peace, everybody.
Absolutely. Peace out. Peace and love. God bless.